there's no one talking about it, that is a problem. I want to be the one to talk about it. Self-reflection is an incredibly useful tool, whether it's in your personal life or in your professional life, not only for understanding where you've been, but for intentionally determining where you want to go next. The purpose of this video today is to reflect on my first 3 months as a content creator across various social media platforms. What we're going to talk about is what I did, what I learned, and then lastly, where I am aiming to go next. So let's get started. First, I just got to say a huge thank you to anyone who has watched this video and has watched previous videos. I truly couldn't do this without you, and the conversations that we've gotten to have with new friends, new acquaintances, If you're an old acquaintance, you're probably a friend by now, because I've never known a stranger. What I've tried is posting across YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And I gotta say, all three have a very different vibe to them. Sometimes posted the same thing across all three platforms, and they've had wildly different responses. So what I take away from that is I shouldn't take things personally, because algorithms are different, audiences are different, and what a cool playground to get to experiment with so many different types of people, of interests, and of content. I've also tried experimenting with posting at different frequency rates. So there are some weeks where I've posted every single day, or just about. There are some weeks where I've posted very little. There are some weeks where I've posted somewhere in the middle. And what I've learned is that algorithms, in my experience so far, tend to reward consistency. I've also experimented with different topics. A lot of the topics have been about lifestyle or how to do things in life that we don't necessarily talk a lot about. I've talked about performance things and the business side of performance a bit. And I've also talked about how much I love dance. Too much. Not too much. I love it and I should talk about it. And getting to talk about all of these different things has also been so exciting and informative to me. However, I understand that when it comes to a business side of things, I'm supposed to find a niche and stay within that so that algorithms then know how to push it to folks who watch similar types of content. And where my content changes so much, that could be kind of difficult for things like increased visibility. Lessons I've learned and observations I've had, how much I enjoy doing this. It is a creative outlet. It has taught me so much about business. It has taught me so much about video software and editing software. In my first month, I set a goal for myself to learn one new editing skill in CapCut. And now I've learned not only how to cut the videos together, but also how to add elements to it like stickers and backgrounds and transitions, and I'm really gonna go ham here, and sound effects, and I've had a blast. It's taken a lot of time, and it didn't happen as quickly as I wanted, but oh my gosh, we're 4 months into the year now, and I'm so happy with the skills that I've learned because I kind of was forced to. So to give you a little bit of background, as an actor, we have to do self-tapes all the time. And I used to really not enjoy doing self-tapes because I didn't know how to film and I didn't know how to edit. I only knew how to audition in the room. And this has been a really profitable thing for me to be kind of forced by myself to learn how to do these transferable skills. Because now doing self-tapes is so much more enjoyable because I know what I'm doing, and I know what I'm doing because I'm here with you all. And so I'm learning a lot about analytics, which has been really insightful because it's often called insights. You get it. I've learned that viewership does not equal followers and vice versa, or subscriptions. I used to think that they were interchangeable whenever I wasn't on this side of things. And it turns out that you could have a lot of views and a little bit of followers. You could have a lot of followers and a little bit of views. Can't be too focused on one or the other because that doesn't it doesn't accurately reflect how things are going. Taking Instagram, for example, I have about 1,000 followers over there at this time, but I'm averaging about 35,000 views per month. In January, I had one video that had more views than I typically get. And so at that point, I had like 60,000 views. And where that was my first month of content creation, I was like, how do I keep this up? And I did post consistently, but I never knew what was going to have a high amount of views or not. And I can't control that. And so what I can control is posting things that I enjoy, or trying to just show up consistently in the first place, because there's a lot to learn from either of those options. Another thing that I've learned going off of that is that it's up to me to define what success is for myself, and to define what validation is for myself. What a cool opportunity. I do think that it's important to post what you care about, while also understanding that in many contexts within the performance industry, whether it's acting, dance, singing, modeling, etc., it can also largely be used as a portfolio. And so I'm trying to find the balance between sharing videos of my work and sharing videos of trending content and sharing videos of, I don't know, just stuff like this, of just real person conversation. I've learned how beneficial it is to engage with other people who are doing similar things, who are posting things that inspire and encourage me, who sometimes are at the same point in their career as me, where we're on the newer side of content creation, as well as having people to really look up to, of what kinds of content I do want to post and what kind of creator I want to be. So if you're in a similar spot right now, I really, really encourage you to not only put yourself out there in videos, but put yourself out there for making friends. And it's really awesome to cheer each other on. So being still is whenever creativity finds me the most. Being a moving target, it can be kind of hard for creativity to find you. And whenever I am resting peacefully with my cat Kiki, she's sleeping over there, that is honestly whenever my most favorite ideas come to me, or whenever topics come to me, or just like staring at a blank wall. It can really ignite your imagination. And if you don't believe me, I encourage you to try it out for yourself and see what happens. Let me know. Get back to me, okay? And then our last major point today is looking forward to the future. My first goal is to be able to hone in a bit more onto what my niche is. And this is where I'd love for you to come in. I've done all of this work on my own. I have thought through these things. I have written down all kinds of ideas, but this is a collaborative process. These videos aren't just about, and they're not just for me. They're inspired by things I've been through, but we're in this together. And I would really, really love to hear, what are some ideas that you might have of how can I be of better service to you? Is there something you'd like to see more of that we haven't done yet before? I'm all ears. The comment section is open and I'd love to hear from you. The next thing I'd like to strengthen is my brand, my visual brand. I've been learning a lot about how colors and fonts contribute to a personal brand. And those are things that I've just kind of thrown to the wind. If you go to my Instagram and you look at fonts, I have used every font under the sun that I've ever found beautiful. And I would gladly do it again because I love beautiful fonts. But I think it would be interesting next to start building some consistency with what I visually put forth. Also starting to do it a bit in like the way I dress and the colors that I use. So I love, just to be very candid with you, I love like greens and beige and browns and a little pop of red and I've built Pinterest boards to kind of be very deliberate with myself in understanding like, oh, these are colors that I return to that I think are beautiful and that I would really love to start building my closet and my content around. Whenever you have things that are recognizable, it's easier for folks to be like, oh my gosh, that reminds me of And so I want to make myself more accessible and more recognizable in that way. Yeah. My next goal I've already started on is that I'm trying to diversify what I do. I've already started by creating my first product, which you can check out now at my Etsy store. So this channel is called It's Rachel Likens. The Etsy store is called By Rachel Likens. And over there, I currently have an audition tracker for actors, and it's an eco-friendly way of being able to see where you've been and understand where you're going next, because it has everything you need to know. You put in the information yourself. There are some samples there to get you started. It allows you to feel prepared for yourself. It allows you to maintain communications with the people who are involved, who are in the room. And it's all in one convenient place. Like, you don't have to go look back at screenshots. Once you purchase the template, it's yours. Like, you can add on to it forever. You can use it for years. I've been using this myself, and it's been a very helpful tool that I hope can be of use to you as well. And now, if you're not a professional actor and you're like, well, Rachel, that is of no use to me at all, I understand. Not everything is going to be for everybody. But if there is some form of expertise that I have that I'm able to share with you, closed mouths don't get fed. So let me know, okay? And then, okay. So lastly, I have an announcement to make that I'm very excited about. Starting in 2 weeks from now, so not next week, but the week after, I will be doing my very first video series on independent womanhood. So I hope that you will subscribe, stick around, because we'll be jumping right into that, like I said, in 2 weeks. And I hope that this video has been informational for you, to just be very transparent about what this journey is like. And if you're interested in pursuing content creation as well, I hope that it can be really useful to you. Whatever your endeavors are, just know that I'm rooting for you. I wish you hope. I wish you strength. I wish you peace. And all I've got to say is you got this. See you next week. Bye.